Welcome to the American Contractor Show, the show that's all about American contractors living the American dream. I'm your host, John Dye. Each episode will introduce you to contractors just like you who have beaten the odds and leveled up their game to become the dominant force in their markets. Together, we'll explore the tools and tactics that unlock the secrets to their success. Join me as we begin the journey that leads to the realization of your American dream. Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to the Thursday edition of the American Contractor Show. I am your host, John Dye, and it's so cool to be with you guys today and to be live in the studio again. It's nice to be back here. I haven't been over here for a little bit. We've been traveling a lot. If you guys didn't catch the episode last week, on last Thursday, a week ago from today, we had an amazing time in Greenville, South Carolina, where we raised $50,000, over $50,000 for roofers in recovery. I mean, I still get goosebumps just thinking about it, how many lives were changed. I know Paul Reed came on and said that during the broadcast, there were actually like 6 people that had reached out wanting to get into rehab, wanting help, and wanting to change their life around. And that to me is bigger than anything else that we can do here at the American Contractor Show, because that's changing lives, that's helping people, that's giving them hope, that's changing their direction and where they end up being, their destiny essentially is being affected by this show. And that to me is huge because there's so many lives that are affected from this type of these types of things. And so it's so good to be with you guys though, and so in being able to bring this show to you again today and bring you guys some great information. Thank you so much to our amazing sponsors. You know, we have Atlas, who's doing a phenomenal job with their Live Roof Play stuff. If you guys missed their Asphalt Life, all their publications, all the stuff that they're putting out, they're doing an amazing job with that. Thank you guys so much for sponsoring this show. Check them out. Go to atlas.com/asphaltlife and check out all the new stuff that they've got coming out. It's great information to help you grow and scale your business and become a bigger and better contractor than you are now. So thank you so much for that. And huge shout out to C3 Group for their sponsorship and everything that they're doing with us. It's amazing. We got some really cool events coming up, and I'm excited to announce them, but I can't quite yet because we're still waiting to nail some stuff down. But I know we will be in Cedar Rapids real soon, and we'll also be down in Louisiana to help out with what's going on right now with this new hurricane that's barreling down on you guys right now. If you are in Louisiana, I hope you're staying safe and that things are going well. Hail Trace, I know, is down there right now, a big sponsor of ours as well. They're providing some really valuable data to contractors and to the weather service in general. I know that a lot of the information that they gather isn't just for contractors to build maps. A lot of it also goes to science and to help better understand these storms and the way that they work. So thank you for everything that you guys are doing, and thank you for tuning in today. This is going to be a great episode. I actually have someone with us today, a couple guys with us that are doing some amazing stuff. Great friends of mine. We go way back. We've worked together, and in the past, one of my very first clients actually for Art of the Supplement. And I'm excited to have them with us because these guys are doing a lot more than just running a roofing company. They're moving into the direction of helping contractors and building a whole new way of thinking and advancing contractors' lives, advancing their businesses and the way that things go, and hopefully give you guys a new perspective on how you can do things better and how things work and what they're doing. So without further ado, I'm going to bring these guys in. We've got Klint Koppel and Joseph Kozel with us from ASAP Roofing out of Tyler, Texas. These guys have offices all over the country. My family works for these guys. Like, I know these guys very well. They're phenomenal business guys and great friends of mine, and they're doing something cool. Klint and JoJo, thank you so much for joining us today. It's so good to see you both.
Thank you for having us. We're excited to be here.
Thanks, John.
Man, I know that I got to spend some time with you guys a few weeks ago, and we had some really cool conversations about what you guys are doing. And I really admire your guys' focus and the way you guys have built a business. I mean, you guys, how long have you guys been in business now in Tyler?
We've been in Tyler for 6 years now.
Phenomenal. I know you guys are. Yeah. You guys have that new facility now. It's huge. It's amazing. You guys have tons of employees and tons of guys that are working with you that are doing so much stuff. You guys are throwing numbers out that are outrageous and doing, taking Tyler, Texas by storm. But I'd like to learn a little bit about what you guys have, how you guys have built that and what your focus has been. And then we'll talk about your guys' new thing, because I'm really excited about that too. But I want to introduce everyone to you guys and let you guys kind of talk for a few minutes about how you guys have taken and built what you guys have built in Tyler.
Right. So, you want to take it first?
Sure. So yeah, obviously we've been in, Klint started the company in 2013, and then I partnered with him late in 2015. So we've really been expanding and hitting it hard for about 5 years now, close to hitting my 5-year anniversary with the company. And, we've continually our number one focus has been growth and opening new offices, going into new markets. We're now licensed in, we've always been here in Texas, but we're licensed in Louisiana, Arkansas, Oklahoma, good to do business in Colorado, Indianapolis. So we're just rapidly growing and looking at new markets, and we'll be opening more offices here soon. But what we've really built our company on, and what has really allowed for this growth, is just providing an opportunity for guys to work with us, not work for us. I mean, we just had a conversation with a guy 10 minutes ago, and he called Klint boss man, and Klint said, "I'm not your boss. We work together. We are ASAP. You're ASAP. I'm ASAP." That's what we have really built this company on, is partnering with our guys to give them an opportunity, putting guys in branches where, we give them a portion of their branch and they get to run it like it's their own company. Obviously, they follow the systems and the procedures that we've put in place because we've been testing them for so long and we know they're successful, but they get an opportunity to basically own their own business that maybe, they took another path in life. They may not have ever had that opportunity. So I think it's just the culture that we built that we're really looking to build people up. We constantly tell people when they ask what we do, we say, we own a self-development business that happens to sell roofing. We look at developing people. We want to make people better, and that's why we're constantly training and bringing in speakers and different trainers to just help our guys continually get better and grow on a day-by-day basis.
And it's really the truth. Like, I've seen you guys work. I've worked with you guys side by side, and you guys have developed this culture that I've never seen in another roofing company before, that, your guys are sold out. Like, they live, breathe, sleep. It's all ASAP. They want to, they have that sense of ownership in their business and what they're doing. And I think that speaks volumes about what you guys are doing. What's the secret to this, man? Like, what are you guys doing that's so revolutionary? You talked about people and building people. What's that look like?
Man, the number one rule to that really is just always doing the right thing. That's really what it comes down to. Business is business, relationships are relationships, right? Like, you always hear everybody say, like, it's just business. Well, there's this falsified belief in business, like it has to be done a certain way. You have to live up to these expectations. There's this, that, and the other thing. But in reality, we've kind of intertwined the two as far as business and relationships go, right? So you think about any relationship, a good relationship, each other gives to one another. It's not one person taking. And so I feel that in business, it's really moved to that side now, where it's more so the owners of most operations, not all, most, they're taking, and they're not really giving as much back. And so, he touched on it a little bit as far as, we start different offices. We give those guys a profit share within those offices, different things like that. That's one example. As in the profit shares, it's very substantial for these guys. Like, we're very fair, right down the middle. So with these guys, they understand it's not that they just work for ASAP and they're just these pawns that we use. They are ASAP. They're a part of ASAP. They're a part of Rio, right? Like, we've got different roofing companies as well. It's not just ASAP, but at the end of the day, these guys understand, like, it's their company too, right? They get their office. They get to set it up how they want. They do have to follow our systems, but at the end of the day, we've looked at it like all we did is provide a roof over your head, and we all work in the same place. So this is just as much your company as it is ours. And that's really kind of the first rule to the whole deal, is we just share everything the same way that we get it.
Yeah, and that's so evident though, and it's so cool to see how these guys are all working. How many people do you have working right now under that roof, under the whole company brand right now? Like how many reps are out there?
Reps.
Like salesmen, employees in the office. I mean, not including roofing crews, because that would make the number just substantially higher. But I think without including roofing crews, about 70, 75.
See, that's the thing. Like so many guys struggle just to get one rep. You guys have 75 reps working, or 75 people working under this in this company. This is like one of those things that what we want to know, like how we can do that, like how can more contractors do that, what's some of the things that are like the core values that you guys have put into place that attracts so many people to ASAP.
Well, I mean, it's hard work, but I'll hit it first. I mean, I would say one of the most valuable points would be we've taken the time to build a training platform, and we spend the time to educate our people, not just to be roof salesmen with a script. We spend a lot of time and money bringing consultants in and speaking to these people and training these people, and we train people within our organization to become trainers and train those people. So my first one would probably be the training aspect of it. We really give them a chance right up front, to where most places the organization is too busy working on gaining more work, where they don't tend to say their flock as needed, right? So they're not actually given the time to most of the salesmen. I think that's one of the number one rules to a roofing company that's struggling hanging on to sales reps, is doing that. But in a sense too, like, we don't train our people to be salesmen, right? Like, we train our people to be contractors, because that's what they are. Salesman has a mindset, all I got to do is get a contract and I'm done, right? I sold it. Well, that's where we believe a lot of people go wrong, is get rid of the terminology of you have sales reps or salesmen, and just, it's a simple word change that to you have contractors. And just by changing just small little changes, that one little change makes all the difference in the world in your organization, because now they believe they're a contractor, not just a sales rep. So a contractor is responsible for start to finish, and they're responsible for the whole job, not just sell the job in the beginning, pick up a check at the end. They're skipping everything in the middle, and that creates a lot of problems. So that'd be my number one. What do you think?
I mean, one word you use there is like, what's a core value? Well, we have established core values years ago. One of the first things we did as a company, and I think something cool we did with it, and I'm sure some other people are like this, is it wasn't Clint and I sitting in a room masterminding some core values. We asked our guys, and we did this over the course of a month in sales meetings, and we came up with them as a company together. And a lot of those people still work for us, but it included them, that it's the core values of a company, not just Clint and I. But our number one on there is a dedication to family and community. And I think that's one of the biggest ones that keeps our guys so happy, and why we're able to grow, because we are like a family. We do events every other month with our guys. COVID's kind of thrown that off this year, but we do events every other month with our guys. We do a company trip. This year we just got back from Broken Bow about a month ago. We had 130 people there with their family.
Yeah, I saw that.
We just hung out.
Awesome.
We rented boats, and everybody just had a good time. It wasn't about work. It was just getting to know each other on a different level. And I think that's a big part of it, is that we really have a dedication to making it feel like a family, and getting our guys that thought that we say a lot, is that they get to come to work. They don't have to come to work. Like, we get to come here and work together as a unit and as a team, not, hey, I got to go in and put in my 8 hours today, and then I'm going to clock out right at 5 and be miserable the whole time I'm there. That's not the mindset we instill in our people. And I think it really shows through, and that's why we're able to grow so quickly and actually keep people, for a long period of time within our organization.
Yeah, because that's a big problem too for a lot of companies, is they can attract some people, but then those people end up going off a lot of times and doing their own thing. Have you guys seen that happen at all in your company?
Yeah. I mean, we've had a few people go off and start their own thing, and some of them have left on great terms, and we consult them and help them do what they're doing now, even though they're, in our same market. Others maybe left not on great terms, but we don't hold grudges. Everybody thinks that there's a bigger opportunity, or there may be a bigger opportunity. And like I said, we consider ourselves a self-development company. And so we tell our guys, we don't expect you to work for ASAP for your entire life or your entire career. Like, we want to give you the tools, the knowledge, the information needed to make that next move in your life. And we hope that when you do it 5 years down the road, you look back and you say, man, that was a huge part in why I am what I am today. And they're grateful for the information or the knowledge or anything that we provided them. That's really what we want. We just want, when someone comes in versus when they leave, are they a better person when they left than when they came in? Are they more knowledgeable, have more integrity? Are they living by a better set of morals? Whatever it is, are they a better person when they left than when they came in?
Yeah, and I think what you just touched on, John, is actually one of the key points to that, right? Like, there's only a few big things that actually can change the whole dynamic of a company. And when you said, people want to know, how do we get to that level? How can we do this? That's one of the key things, right? Like, that's one of the fears that people have is, I don't want to train my guys too much because they'll just leave and go start their own deal. And so, I'm a strong believer in what you focus on is what you receive, right? And so if you're focused on, well, I'm going to lose my guys and I don't want to teach, I don't want to train them, I don't want to teach them, I don't want them to have the knowledge to go somewhere else. Well, then what are you doing for your own business? You're hurting your own business. You're keeping it down because you're not educating your people. You're not training them right. You're not teaching them certain things because you're so worried they're going to leave. What you're doing really is you're just watering down your own business. And so what we decided, we said, look, man, we're going to train these guys as if they do run their own companies, right? Because with our organization, that's what we do. We're training these people to run their own organization, and we do have guys leave. So what? We're doing 100 times better because we trained our other people, right? We're still growing. Just because you lose a pawn to gain, a knight, just because you lose a knight to gain a queen, right? Like, you have to really move yourself and your organization up. If you want to move up, like, you have to give up more in order to be able to move quicker, move faster. Money loves speed. So, I mean, that's a big thing there. It's a big issue that I've noticed with some of the companies we've talked to, consulted, and that is they're fearful of growing their people. Well, in order to grow your organization, you got to grow your people. Stop fearing people leaving and start focusing on growing. And what you focus on is what you receive.
No, and that's absolutely right. And I think that that's like one of the biggest things that contractors are scared of. And you're right, though. It's holding you back, and you believe that 100%, right? That fear is really what's like the number one thing that they probably are worried about day in and day out once they bring in a good amount of staff. And that's what they're focused on. 100%. So let me ask you this. Yeah. So let me ask you this. What was your biggest challenge that you guys faced going into this business and building this up?
Mine would be making sure I had enough time for my kids. That would be my biggest challenge.
Oh, wow.
Right. Because I know that's probably not the answer you're looking for, but most people, when they think about
business, that's an important answer.
Thinking about business. I've got a family. Joseph has got a family, and most of the people that work for us, they have families. So that was our biggest thing, is we had to learn from consultants, from people that have done this before, from different people in the industry. How were they able to pull it off? What were the mistakes they made? How can we create time to still be there for our family? And how can we also, and once we learn that, see, here's the key. Once we learn that, we taught our guys that. Because at the end of the day, you're not just looking at hanging on to your guys, right, all the time. Like, we tell people, we don't want you here more than 5 years. If you're here more than 5 years, we failed you. We didn't teach you enough to really promote you, right? And so once we learn, okay, this is how you create more time to spend time with your family as you grow these businesses, we then train that to our guys, because at the end of the day, let's face it, it's not just about the people that are working in your organization. They're only there because of the people they're trying to help and support being their family. And so you have to take it a step further, and you have to look at, this isn't about the person that is working here, it's about their kids. So the next time that you think, what do we need to not tell this individual because I don't want them to leave, don't think about their face, think about the kid's face. Think about their life, who they are. Don't just think about you, don't think about that individual. Think about what they're trying to promote, what they're trying to do with their own life. And so that would probably be the biggest challenge we faced, was being realistic about that right there and saying how to create more time for our own families and then be able to do that for other families as well. What about you?
That's huge.
Man, that is huge there, and I've struggled with that in the past and have continually looked at learning how to deal with that. But I think a big challenge most people face is continual growth. And I'm not just talking about the organization, hitting $1 million this year and then 3 million next and then 5. I'm talking about personal growth, internal growth, just constantly trying to improve yourself, because like we said, our goal is to grow people. And if I'm growing people, but I'm not growing myself, they're going to outgrow us faster than we can grow ourselves. So I'm constantly looking at ways that I can improve myself, whether that's reading books, which I read a lot of books, whether it's listening to podcasts. I also listen to a lot of podcasts, or whatever it is that can continually improve me as a person so that I can then pass that down to my people. Because the key thing in any organization is the people that are there, like Clint just alluded to. It's the people there and then the people that they're serving, their families. And you need to continually be able to grow leaders. That's our number one goal. I mean, we want to open 50 branches, in the next couple of years. And what do we need to do that? We need more leaders. We need more people that can grow at a substantial rate, that they can then teach someone below them to grow at a substantial rate, so that we're constantly just growing another leader, another guy that can take a branch, another guy that can take a branch. And some people think we're crazy. They're like, man, you're taking all of your best guys and you're moving them out and you're giving a portion of your profits and you're throwing that away in your Tyler office. I'm like, yeah, that's great, but we're opening new markets. We're giving them a better opportunity, and it gives them a chance to grow people below them, because who knows what diamond they're going to find. We're finding all these great guys, and people always wonder, like you just alluded to, like, how do you have 75 guys? People always ask, how do you get so many good people within your organization? Well, the more offices we open, the better chances we are that we're going to keep unearthing gems and finding these great people to grow with our organization and continue to help us grow, because you can't do it alone. I don't care what anyone says. Those guys that are just a one-man operations and they think that they can do it all themselves, you're burning yourselves out. You're never going to grow to the place you want, because you're not going to be able to input the systems, the processes, because you're doing everything yourself. You have to surround yourself with great people and grow those people. And I think that's been, a challenge we've been pretty successful at overcoming, but it's a pretty common challenge in business that I think most people are going to have problems with.
Yeah, that's the reality of it. It's that mindset that you guys have that's so unique and has brought you guys so much success. I call you guys an elite contractor in the United States. Like, you guys are doing things that most contractors dream of doing someday. You guys are doing it now, and now you guys are kind of shifting gears a little bit. And Clint, I want you to introduce Contractor Army a little bit to my audience, because I think this is something that people need to know about if they're serious about wanting to grow their business, because you guys have so much great information to share. So take it away, man. Tell us about what's going on and what you guys are putting together right now.
Yeah, so we created an organization last year called Contractors Army, and we've spent a lot of time really kind of perfecting exactly where we want to go with it and what we want to do. The overall idea is, we all know most contractors, if you just ask the general public, contractors don't have the best name for many reasons, right? However, we all know that there's great people in the industry. There's great contractors. There's people that are really doing everything they can to help these homeowners as if they're their own family, and sometimes they are. And so we're trying to change the industry image, was the overall arching idea, and we've come up with a plan. We finally got it all figured out exactly how we're going to do it and move forward to where we can actually make sure that happens. And so that's what we're doing moving forward now. And so the idea is, every system we have, the way we operate, the way the other companies that we work with operate, everything that we talk about behind closed doors, trying to make sure our operations, our systems, everything are in place. We have the leverage we need as a company. We have the respect. We have the movement before we open up another branch. We understand the finances. All that information we're just going to be sharing with people that are in the Contractors Army. And we're going to be moving as basically one force together growing together. Like Joe just said, like one of the hardest things is growing faster than the people that work for you, because if they pass you up, they're gone, right? So this is a great way for contractors to be able to join this organization and be able to start learning and growing and moving forward at a quicker way or a quicker rate to be able to get better and grow the business and the people around them.
That sounds awesome, man. And so what do people need to do to get involved with that if they're interested?
So right now the best way to get on that is Steven just redid the Facebook for Contractors Army. We have not sent out to the general public yet as far as how to connect, but the quickest way for anyone that's watching right now that wants to just get on and kind of get on our radar, because we're not just bringing everybody in. This isn't like anyone wants to come in and, well, yeah, you're coming in, right? So the quickest way to get on our radar for us to kind of look into your company or organization, how you operate, what you do, what the way that you are treating your operation and your people, then we'll kind of make a decision on if you're going to qualify to be able to come in, right? Because we want to have like-minded people within this organization. Everyone that wants to be in it, they also have to share. Whether you're a $1 million corporation to a $50 million corporation, we don't want people just coming in to take, right? We talked about that a little bit before. It's got to be a fair relationship. They have to be willing to give. We're willing to give, and we work together. That's the thing. We're uniting these people to work together and move forward. So the quickest way right now would be to go to Contractors Army on Facebook, leave a comment there. And,
I'll tag that here in a minute.
Yeah, and we'll reach out to
you. Yeah, that'd be awesome, man. And I think that what this stands for and what you guys do, I know your ethic. I know what you guys are about. I've hung out with you guys. I've spent a lot of time inside your business. I know you guys are doing things the right way. And really, the biggest thing that I admire so much about you guys is you guys really do have a passion to help people. And a passion. I mean, you guys did things for us. You guys have done, when we work together, we've done a lot of cool stuff. And, I'm always, for those of you guys that don't know, like Klint and I's background a little bit, when we started Art of the Supplement and it started to become a thing, like Klint kind of pushed me out of the nest a little bit. And he said, hey, dude, you really need to pursue this. And I am forever like indebted to him and grateful for that push, because I'm a product of what Klint is doing. I attribute a lot of what we've been able to accomplish here to him giving us that, you gave us that push and you gave us that confidence to go off and chase what our passions really are. And I really admire that. And I think that you putting together this Contractors Army to, give other people that opportunity and teach them and give them resources that will fast forward their development for, many times over is so cool, man. And I really appreciate you guys and you and JoJo for everything you guys are doing and what you guys stand for.
Well, thanks, John. We definitely appreciate that. We're humbled by that. We look at everything that we do really like we're not doing anything for anybody. We're just creating an opportunity. And some people need to be woken up a little bit. They don't believe in themselves. Some people are going through a hard time in life and they just need a little bit more money to kind of get them where they need to be financially, right? Like everybody's life is different. Everybody has different feelings. Everyone was brought up a different way. Everyone has a sad story, right? What we try to do is we try to get people to not focus on that. We try to get them to focus on a happy future. What can you do? Where are you going? Where are your goals, right? So we have extremely big goals for Contractors Army in what we're doing moving forward. To the people that want to get in on that, we'll explain that to you. We'll explain what we're doing and you get a lot more detail on that. But at the end of the day, I mean, we don't hold anything back. And we just, man, if you get up in an airplane and you start flying and you look down and you see how many roofs there are, there's more than enough work for everyone. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like it's almost like when you're grounded on the ground and you're driving through a little neighborhood which has these huge, 150 square roofs, and people are doing residential out there. Man, there's only so many houses in this neighborhood. Get up in an airplane and start flying and see how many roofs there are. Stop sweating the small
right.
stuff. Stop thinking so small. Stop dreaming so small. And that's the biggest thing. Like ASAP to a lot of people, including our guys, like that's such a big deal. That's, man, we've created a movement. Like we're expanding so quickly, and we are like, we literally, our agents can't find offices quick enough. Like it's a big deal, right? But we're also safe about it. We're not stupid. We're not just saying, oh, let's just open an office and let's do this. Like we are very smart. Like we know everything's planned out strategically. We know exactly where we're going, what we're doing, right? So ASAP's growing quick, but so is Rio, so is consulting, so is everything we're doing, right? Like we're growing. I'm not bragging, I'm being straightforward with you, right? I'm trying to paint a picture for you. The picture is this. With everything going on, all these people think like, man, this is such a big deal. It's such a big deal. Well, the overall goal here, the whole goal, our overall vision was to change the industry. And so that's really the final step is Contractors Army. And that's really where we're going to pour everything into Contractors Army, because it's not just about our companies. It's about everyone in the U.S. It's about these contractors that they've lost everything. They're trying to start their own company and they've got 2 or 3 kids at home, right? It's about the gentleman that just went through a divorce. He's starting over and he's got to figure it out. Or the wife that just got a divorce and she's trying to figure something out and start over, right? Like it's those people that we want to help, right? Because they've already gone through life. They've already had these hard setbacks. And so all we're here to do is, hey, can we just help you focus on the good shit and move forward and keep that from happening again? And here's an opportunity. And so that's really the dichotomy of Contractors Army. It can change your life. It can really push a lot of people. But more than that, even if it doesn't promote your business, you're still going to meet a lot of really awesome people. And it gives you a lot of opportunities in this industry and many others. So, I mean, it's just a good opportunity for everyone right now. It's free. It's not something people are paying for, other than the information. That's all we ask, is that if you expect to come to this group, you want to be involved in this, then you're also going to have to open up and say, hey, this is what's working for me. This is what's not working for me. And then we kind of all self-consult one another on how to correct those problems and how to fix it, right? John, I mean, what's smarter than one brain?
I love it, dude.
500 brains.
Multiple brains.
Yeah. That's the deal. That's what's going on.
Yes, sir. Man, I really appreciate you guys and what you guys are doing. And I normally don't go and check the comments very often, like during these live broadcasts. But just reading the comments in here, man, like there's comments from people that have worked for you guys, people that are working for you, and they're just like so. It's so cool to see that, to see those people that are, that you guys have influenced their lives. You guys have changed their lives and made them better people. And I appreciate you guys for commenting and for being engaged today, because that happens. But, today it's so cool to see it right here in real time, like this is real. Like you guys are the real deal. Like you guys are transparent. That's why I appreciate you guys so much. And really, thank you so much for being on today. And I will help you guys out in any way that I can to make this thing work, because I think it's so cool to see you guys sharing that information and really caring to advance the industry. And I appreciate you guys.
No, and we appreciate it. And I mean, the last thing I have to say is there's nothing special about us, right? Like we're not like super intelligent. We studied our whole life. I mean, shit, I didn't graduate high school. I mean, I'm not going to hold back, right? Like I said, I tell you everything. Like I didn't graduate high school, right? The difference is this: we spent the time understanding this is not going to be easy. It's going to be hard, but we spent the time learning. The guy right here next to me is one of the smartest people I know. It's only because he sat down and studied and studied and studied and studied. And it's the same with me. Like I'm constantly learning. I'm constantly changing. So if anyone watching right now, they're like, man, I could never do that. I could never get there. I could never do that. Hey, I was the same guy. That's what I thought. And I was a failure at damn near everything I did. And finally one day I said, look, either I'm going to have a hard life, not getting anywhere, struggling, or I'm going to have a hard life for a couple years, just learning and training myself how to win and changing my mindset. And here we are today. So anybody watching right now, like if you have any doubts with anything, I mean, man, we're here for you. I know there's plenty of other people that are there for you. You just have to reach out to them. You're never going to see victory unless you reach out to people that can help you get there.
Appreciate that, bro. And you guys are doing amazing stuff. Thank you for being a part, for helping this industry out, for choosing roofing and bettering everything around you guys. That's like one of the biggest things that I can say about ASAP is you guys are bettering the people around you, and you are bettering their lives. And that's like the true essence of legacy and, leadership. And what you guys are doing is a phenomenal example of that. So thank you so much for being on here today, JoJo, Klint. You guys are awesome.
Thank you for having us, man.
Same to you, John. Man, you've done a lot. You're a great person, great individual. And you're making some pretty big waves, man. And I'm really excited to watch your journey. It's been fun to watch that. So it's awesome, man. Keep it up. Keep going.
Thank you, guys. Thank you so much for that. And we'll talk soon.
All right. Take care.
All right. So, folks, that's Klint Koppel and Joseph Kozel from ASAP Roofing in Tyler, Texas, and they also own Rio Blanco Roofing in San Antonio, and I think Rio Blanco's got a few new branches as well, and just so good to have them on here. And the thing I like about them so much, and I think I got to keep saying this, but they're so transparent. They're the real deal. What you see is what you get, and they're not trying to there's no gimmicks behind it. There's not, there's no surprises here. What it is what it is. And I really appreciate them so much for their heart, for what they are doing for the industry, and how they're helping to affect change and advance the industry. And that's the biggest thing for them. Hey, you guys, thank you so much for tuning in today. If you're not a subscriber yet, please become a subscriber. Follow the page, become a part of the movement that we got going on. We're trying to bring you guys the best information that we can, because like Klint just said, what's better than one mind, but multiple minds. If you can get a little bit out of all of these different guests that we have, all the different programming options that we're bringing to you guys, we want to give you that information. So make sure to subscribe and be a part of this, and help us to share it, spread the word, give people knowledge, and let's be a part of this. And thank you so much again to all of our sponsors, to Hail Trace, C3 Group, Contractor Coach Pro, Atlas Roofing, and Roof Scope for helping us out. The Catalyst Group, Balance Claims. We're at the Balance Claims office. They give us space for this. You guys are all amazing. Thank you so much for making this possible. There's a ton of contractors, I'm sure, that appreciate it. So you guys have a great rest of your day, and we will see you guys on Tuesday. See ya. Thanks so much for watching today's show. Make sure to like and subscribe our pages so that you can stay up to date with every episode. And by the way, this show is all about you, the American contractor. Be sure to comment, let us know what you want to hear about and what subjects you want us to touch on. We'll be sure to include them in a future episode. Thanks again, and I hope you have a great day.